Hey, good morning. Happy Monday, August the 26th, 2019. The summer is just about over. Today is the first day of school in the central Pennsylvania / Tower City area. So let's be careful out there when we're driving around. Watch out for all the young kids. Watch out for any of the kids that are going to school. Let's be careful out there. And when that sign comes across on the school bus that says, stop, don't think you're special. Please stop. We got to save some lives out there. That's my public service announcement for today. Remember that. And if school in your area doesn't start today, it's going to start shortly. So be aware of that, all right? Good morning, good morning. Let's put down some coffee. Come on. Or whatever your favorite morning beverage might be. I hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was very productive down in the Cape May area. I had my high school friend Cheryl down there and her husband Caleb. They came down for a weekend to help me and Carol with our room that we added onto the camper. Had some paneling that had to be put up, and Caleb came down there and he helped to put it all up and make everything right. move the electrical wires that had to be in the 2x4s. There had to be a hole put in the 2x4 so the wiring could go through it instead of just alongside it, since I'm going to be putting some kind of insulation up there on the ceiling, because in the middle of the ceiling right now I just got a little bit of a light, for that extra room, and of course there's a light switch on the wall, but we're gonna take that light down, and I bought an inexpensive ceiling fan for in that room just to circulate the air in there, and I got a little air conditioner in there, so it should be pretty cool. But the paneling that I got, I mean, it's almost one-sided. That's the best way to put it. I got the cheapest paneling I could get because, I'm only using this room 6 months out of the year. It's summertime, if you want to say that. It's hooked onto the camper. And it's thin. So instead of cutting it with like a jigsaw or whatever, Caleb said the best way to cut it is using what do they call it? A Stanley knife, a little knife with a razor blade on it. It was that thin. It was just easy to squirt, and eventually, you pop it like drywall, if you want to say that. But just keep scoring and scoring and scoring, and the piece would pop off. So he did all that for me, especially up around the rafters, I guess you call them. Like behind me on the wall, where the wall meets the ceiling there, I got, my rafters from my roof that are exposed and they're showing. Well, I just wanted to put paneling right across it. Well, Caleb, being a perfectionist, goes, no, we're not going to do that, Ralph. We're going to put it all up in there, and we're going to notch out every place, every 12 inches or whatever it might be, where the rafters are, and we can put this paneling up in there, and it'll look really nice, and which it does. Excuse me. But he did all that, and unfortunately, we didn't get everything done that we wanted to get done, because as he was cutting, the Stanley knife, it made a slip, all right, and he scored it, however he might have been, and his hand was right there, and you know where I'm going with this, right? Went gushing blood all over. He goes, all right, that's it. I have to go to the hospital, and as he took it off, it was just gushing all over the place, and we wrapped it up real good, and that stopped all production on my room out there, which we'll get to it eventually. I don't care about that. Excuse me. So I had to take him down to the hospital over there in Cape May Courthouse. And I'll tell you what, kudos to that hospital. I think it's called Cape May Regional Health System or something like that. That might not be the right name. I'm sure I'll be corrected by somebody. But anyway, we walked in there, and it's nothing like the hospital that we have here in Pottsville. Let me tell you, I had some bad experience with the Pottsville Hospital, and I won't even get into that. That's a story for another day. I had to go to the emergency room in the Pottsville Hospital, and it was pretty serious what I had to go in there for. And I sat for 4 hours before they even seen me. That's all I'll say about that, okay? And they didn't see me. I just got ticked off, and we walked out. So anyway, we took Caleb to the hospital over there in Cape May Courthouse, and even he said, as we're riding down the road, or before we got in the van, whatever, and he's got this Holden, and it was, I want to say it was 3:30, 4 o'clock, he goes, we ain't going to get out of this place until 8:30, around that time. And I'm thinking as I'm, hustling down the road with him, I said, oh, God, yeah, it's an emergency room, so yeah, it'll be loaded and we'll be there forever. Well, we got in there, and he walked right up to the entrance counter where the young lady was behind there, and took his name, wrote, the young lady literally wrote down all the information for him. And not because of this, but that's just the way they do it there. And I was highly impressed, all right? Because when I went to Pottsville, and I could hardly talk, let me tell you, all right? That'll give you an idea what I had to go for. But I had to fill out all my paperwork, right? There was no help involved. They gave me the form and said, go sit down. If you need a pen, here's a pen. Fill everything out and bring it back. Well, Caleb didn't have to fill nothing out. They filled it out for him. They just asked him questions. Your first name, your last name, where you're from, bop, bop, bop. And the young lady behind the counter is writing all this stuff down. Boom, took care of him. And she said, it'll be a little while, or something to that effect. So we all went into the waiting area and sat in the chairs. And, of course, they got a little TV on it. And we're sitting there and we're figuring, oh, God, right? Well, I'd say no more than 20 minutes, if that. They announced his name. He went in the back room. They put the stitches in, the Novocaine and all this stuff. And we were out of that emergency room in probably under 2 hours, if not under 1 hour. And Cheryl Bonsall, Caleb's wife, she can, she'll see this video. She can chime in on it and put down in the comments exactly what time, how long we had to hang in there. But it was really spot on. I mean, they were in and out, and there weren't a lot of people hanging around in there, and a very nice emergency room. Well kept, very clean, So kudos to Cape May Courthouse Regional Health System Hospital, or whatever it's called. Job well done to them, I'll tell you that. So that's my story for the weekend. We had a good time. Other than that, we got some work done. While Caleb, myself, and Cheryl were working on the inside, Carol was outside. We had to do, for lack of a better word, washing the outside of the camper because of the mold and mildew, throughout the summer, because it's a humid area. Come on, So she was out there with a 50-50 mixture in a, I guess, for, I don't know what you call it, but it's a weed container, weed killer container, the kind that you fill up and then you put the top on and you pump it and you got the hose and it goes shh. Well, Carol filled that up with this 50-50 mixture of Clorox and water. and went around the whole camper and just sprayed it down lightly. And as it would drip down, it just dissipated basically everything. Now, granted, she had a little scrub brush there, and some areas were tougher than other, and she just like that, just with this Clorox mixture and water, 50-50, it just broke it all down. So keep that in mind, even on your house, on your siding. Like on my house, I got asbestos here, and on one side of it, I got some mildew or mold or whatever you call it on is it the southern side? I don't know. But it's a different color than my asbestos should be. So I'm going to try that 50-50 mixture, because when we were in a Home Depot and when I had to get supplies this weekend for the construction work that we were going to do on the camper, I was looking at products there because Caleb mentioned what products I should purchase to do this outside work. Wet it and forget it, or something it's called. You just spray it on and it takes it all off in that. Well, we're over there and it's like $39 a gallon, somewhere in there. And one of the employees at the Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever we were, he says, "Oh, can I make a suggestion?" He goes, "I've tried that and it's all right, but for the money, why don't you just get a bottle of Clorox?" And they had it down there, right? It was probably more than you would pay for Clorox, but it was $4 and change for a gallon of Clorox versus $39 and change for this wet it and forget it or whatever it's called. And then you mix that wet it and forget it. I'm sure you dilute it. I don't know. But he said he tried the wet it and forget it at one point, and it did an okay job. But the Clorox 50-50 mixture did basically as well as the wet it and forget it. So do you want to spend $40, by the time taxes are there, a gallon, or do you want to spend a little bit over $4 plus taxes on the Clorox and make your own mixture? Just all you got to do is make sure you have your weed bottle and I have a pretty big one. I'd say it probably holds a gallon, if not more. And Carol poured in, I don't know, maybe a half a gallon of the Clorox, then filled it up with water, stirred it up, mixed it up real nice, put the top on it, and just pumped it until it got pressurized inside. And then you adjust the tube on the hose, which goes into the mixture, and you can either stream it or spray it out. And in most of the places, she had it fanned out so it would just spray real nice. And in the harder places where it wasn't coming off as easy, she would, get a little bit more pressure in there and adjust it so it was streaming out, kind of like a water hose, okay? It just, and it worked out well. So we got all that done on the outside, or we didn't, she did. She cleaned the trailer real nice on the outside, all the siding on the trailer, the camper, whatever you want to call it. Then she did weed whacking around the trailer while we were inside trying to get that room finished. And so we had a fairly productive weekend. That's all we did. We didn't even get up to the pool. But now next weekend, the weather's supposed to be pretty nice next weekend. I've already been checking on that. Now, come next Monday down in Cape May, it's supposed to be showers. So let's forget about Monday, but let's talk about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Nice days. And if we go down, which I'm sure we're planning on, I think, that's going to be our weekend of relaxation. Not working on the trailer or camper, nothing like that. I mean, other than the normal cleaning up if there's a mess, that we adults make. But that'll be the last weekend, as far as I know, for the pool to be open this year, because all the kids are either back in school or going back to school. So that's about it. I'll probably cook out on a grill down there and try to make some memories. My granddaughter, my youngest granddaughter, Brianna, today's her first day back at school. Second grade. I'll tell you what. And my dear son-in-law, Sean, I talked to him last night through text. And he told me that today was first day of school, blah, blah, blah. And he said, can I put you down as an emergency contact? And I said, by all means, I'd be honored. Thank you very much. So he put me down where if I want to go in there for whatever reason, if I got to take Brianna out of the school, it's all security now, I can go in there and oh, you're on the list, your name is? Oh, you're Ralph who? Oh, that long name. Yeah, go ahead. So, but today's Brianna's first day back to school, second grade. God bless her. And God bless all the kids. Let's have a safe school year, you know what I mean? And be aware of what's going around your child's school. Try to be aware of all that. Always know what they're doing, when they're doing it, what they're teaching them in school. When your kids come home from school, if you don't want to do it as soon as they come in, wait until later on in the evening when they're getting ready for bed. And then just start asking them, well, how's school? How you doing? How do you like the school? How do you like your teacher? How do you like your new friends? And then they'll just start talking. And what did you learn today? And then you'll know what these teachers are teaching our children, That's all I got to say on any of that. As I said, today is August 26th. Excuse me. Ragweed. That's got to be what's eating my throat. I listened to the early morning forecast today, and the ragweed is up, I guess, on the count. And I've never had that problem. But Carol says, well, that could come and go, even though you never had it all your life. Now you could have an allergy. And I think that's what it is, because even yesterday down at Cape May, when I woke up in the morning, my throat inside it's just tender and sore. It's like a summer cold. And as the day goes on, it gets better. But it's the first thing in the morning. And she's telling me that, well, it's probably because your nose is somewhat stuffed when you're sleeping at night, so you're breathing through your mouth. And I'm going, really? Yeah. If you breathe through your mouth, it's going to dry everything out here. And if there is any drainage from your nose, from your sinuses, it's going down into your throat. But what do I know? Birthdays today. That's enough of my health story, okay? Yeah, I'm wound up today. Macaulay Culkin, that's it. From Home Alone, remember that movie? He's 39 today. God bless him. I really didn't care for that movie all that much, but there were some funny parts in that movie. Now, all these other birthdays that I have for you, I wrote them down just to give you an example of what I read when I get on Google and I say celebrity birthdays for whatever date it is. And then the female background voice will say celebrity birthdays for August 26th. And then she'll go down, let's say maybe 4 or 5 of them, names. And then she'll say, and more. And then you can click on and more. Or you can scroll down and find different places where you can hit it to find out celebrity birthdays, which I do. And then it shows you a picture of the person and their name on the bottom and their age for the birthday of that particular date. Well, besides Macaulay Culkin at 39 today, these are the other birthdays I got for you. And I have no clue who these people are. But it must be a trending thing nowadays to have all these weird names. And who am I to say what is weird? Somebody might say, well, Ralph, you know what? Wojciechowski is really weird. Well, okay. Kudos. I'll give you that. But here's one name for you. This gentleman, or this person, I guess I have to say, is 38 today. And he's probably well known or known by younger people, but, I'm out of that loop. Vintage Beef. That's the name that's underneath the picture. Vintage Beef is 38 today. And if you happen to know any of these people, send me a private message. Let me know who these people are. If you got the free time to do that, go ahead and give me an explanation who Vintage Beef is and why he's a celebrity and he's 38. Now here's another one. Loaded Lux. It's Loaded, Lux, Lux. That person is 34 today, or 35. And Vintage Beef might be either 38 or 39, but Loaded Lux. it's that person's birthday. And then, excuse me, the next birthday is King Sid, C-I-D, K-I-N-G, Sid. That person is 18. The next person is Lil, L-I-L, Tika, or Tika, Lil, L-I-L, T-E-C-C-A. That person is 16 today, or 17. The next person, the name under the picture is, and the first name is nothing but letters. It's Y-B-N, and the last name is Cordae, C-O-R-D-A-E. That person is 21 or 22 today. The name again is just letters, Y-B-N, and the last name is C-O-R-D-A-E, and that person is 21 or 22. Now the next name, it's all one name, and I'm guessing there should probably be like spaces in between, but it's M-O-D space D-A space G-O-D. Mode the God, M-O-D, capital D-A, capital G-O-D, and that person is either 25 or 26. And the last person that I got for you, for the different kind of names, is Colin TV. C-O-L-L-I-N, and then a capital TV. So it's Colin TV, and that person is either 19 or 20. Honest to God, these are all names. Check them out. And if you find out why they're celebrities, send me a private message on Messenger or comment on here. That's it. Okay, for Central Pennsylvania, Tower City area, the weather forecast, 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Today being Monday, the high is going to be about 70 degrees. It's nice outside right now. Very comfortable. Partly cloudy, even though it don't look right now. The sun is out. It's gorgeous. And the low today was or will be later on 56. On Tuesday in Central Pennsylvania or Tower City area, it's supposed to be, the high is supposed to be about 68 degrees. So let's push it to 70. But that's going to be a comfortable day. Partly cloudy, no rain in the forecast, and 63 for the low. Wednesday in Central Pennsylvania, it's going to be 74 comfortable degrees, partly cloudy, showers, a chance of, and 57 for the low. So there's your 3-day forecast for Central Pennsylvania. Now we're going to go to my happy place. We'll go to Cape May, New Jersey. Not just Cape May Courthouse. We'll go to Cape May, New Jersey today. 3-day forecast. And all these are always subject to change. You know that, right? Monday being today. It's going to be 73 degrees for a high, around there. It's partly cloudy. And the low is or will be 66 degrees. Tuesday, 77 degrees, partly cloudy, and a low of or and around 69 degrees. Wednesday, it's going to be 79, for a high. Partly cloudy and a low, comfortable sleeping weather of 69 degrees. Excuse me. So that's for Cape May, New Jersey. 3-day forecast. And as always, that is also subject to change. Cheers and Nastarovia. That's all I have. I got 25 minutes into this video. Oh, God. I'm long-winded today. I apologize. I'll talk to all of you guys later on, okay? Barbie, Ken, I hope I took care of the situation. I don't even know how that happened. Somebody got in touch with me and said that I blocked you guys. I had no reason to block you. And I haven't been on a personal computer or laptop in a month anyway. I do everything off my cell phone here. And when you do it, at least off my cell phone, I can't get into the mode where it might say block. So I don't know how that happened. I changed my password just in case I got hacked. And if at any time there's ever anything obscure that you think you're getting from me, remember that, right? I try to keep it very level and somewhat clean, okay? And if I send you a second friend request, check with me before you agree with it, okay? That's all I have. Have a great Monday, folks. Love your family, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, and appreciate your co-workers, because we are not guaranteed tomorrow. I'll talk to all of you guys later on. If you like my video, by all means, hit a like. And make sure, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell twice. That way you will be notified every day I make a video. I try to do a good morning video Monday through Friday. And occasionally on the weekends, I'll do a road trip video, which is short, with myself and my fur baby, Sir Prince. You guys take care. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Tina, I've seen that video on the turntable with Kaylee, and I'm glad it's working, and I'm glad she's happy. And I hope she's all hunkered down in beautiful New York City. I could never do that. There's just too much mortar down there for me. I got to see trees. I got to see grass. But that's just me. And I don't have a career going on right now. But Kaylee, God bless you, all right? I love you. Take care of yourselves. Cheryl, I'll talk to you later on. Barbie, Ken, again, I apologize, whatever might happen there. Lucille, I'll see you later. Nancy, take care of yourself. Good morning, Reds. Deb, good morning. See ya. On 3, I'm going to punch you guys out. Here we go. 1, 2. Big smile now. Big smile. Chris, how's the print shop doing? Here we go. Smile.